guys, what's up? It's Joe Raiti from Raiti's Rides. I'm back here at Reeves Subaru in Tampa, Florida, and look what we have. We got a 2017 Jaguar F-Type SVR. But before we dive into this hot kitty cat, let's talk a little bit about what this car is all about. So the F-Type came out on the scene in 2013. It's fascinating because this car has a direct connection to the 1960s E-Type. What's fascinating is that this car is meant to go up against the mighty Porsche 911, the AMG GT, obviously the plethora of Corvettes, and a lot of other high-end performance sports cars out there. Jaguar really has done an interesting job with putting this car together because you have the performance side of things, but then you also have the aesthetics. And I think that they really found a nice balance. Now, when you go SVR, F-Type SVR, you are getting the fullest of performance out of the Jaguar brand. It's actually done by their side organization known as SVO, Special Vehicle Operations. And what they do is they take the F-Type and they pump it up with all that great engineering, all that great technology, and of course, some of that race car magic that Jaguar has picked up over the years and brought it to this car. So let's go ahead and dive into this 2017 Jaguar F-Type SVR. Find out, is this the car to buy over a 911 or an AMG GT? And what's great is this is the first year, 2017 is the first year of a refresh. So let's go ahead and dive in. Right off the bat, love the color, fits the car to a T. Now, I also want to talk about comparing this to the new F-Type, the 2021 F-Type, because they made some major changes, and I don't know if they really went in the right direction, but let's see what we got here. So up front, love the headlight design. The way that this car just sits, it looks like a cat ready to pounce on you and just rip your head off. Nice size on the headlight housing, full LED. You got your J lamp, that's your daytime running lamp. The shape of a J, it's becoming a brand identifier for Jaguar. You drop down, do we have fake vents? No, no, no. We have functional intake vents, really nicely done. Little bit of gloss black. Love this flat black front splitter that extends out, and really just the way everything curves around to that nice flared fender look. Now, when we come across that grille shape, you'll notice the overall shape of it. You look at Jags from the past, that is another brand identifier. Now, one thing that's a little bit of a zonk for me that they changed for the 2021 F-Type is they got rid of this center cover here. They actually were able to reconfigure the grille to where this big black, gloss black piece of plastic isn't there. Now, obviously behind there is structural support for crash damage, but it kind of just ruins the flow of the grille. But still, with the headlights and everything, and the way that it's kind of stretched down, elongated, I love it. This one has an optional carbon fiber package on it. You could see the massive piece of carbon fiber up front. This is gonna help direct flow into those radiators and also give us downforce. And of course, it looks downright sexy. You have that SVR badge, Special Vehicle Operations R, all that performance. This thing has all-wheel drive and a supercharged V8. Let's go ahead and get up onto the hood. So you'll notice nice, distinct, clean body lines go up onto the hood. You have functional carbon fiber heat extractors. And guess what? Just like that Jaguar E-Type from 1966, we have a reverse opening hood. And the way that the hood blends into the fenders really just gives it an unmistakable, like, you can't confuse this Jaguar with anything else. We come around the bend, you can see how they extend that gloss black, really nice aggressive look. Check out the wheel and tire setup on this. Simple, clean, and to the point. So this is an SVR forged aluminum wheel. Each wheel, and we have how many wheels on a car? Yes, you are correct, 4. Each wheel is 8 pounds lighter than a standard cast aluminum wheel. So 8 times 4 is 32 pounds less, just off the wheels. Beautiful style wheel, love the flat black. You can see the massive caliper that we have here with the Jaguar script. You got the Jaguar logo. Obviously, over 14 inches in rotor diameter, fully ventilated, gonna give us some nice stopping capability. This is a 20-inch wheel, 265 on the width, and a very rubber band-esque 35 series sidewall. Looks great just sitting here still. I can't wait to take this for a drive. Now, as we come down, you can see where the hood meets the side. You have a little bit of a flare out. I'm gonna have Victor kind of come around and show how that fender area there kind of flares out. There's some carbon fiber on that Jaguar script there. That's part of that package, carbon fiber package. Then you pop up, look at the beautiful carbon fiber on the mirror caps. Absolutely sexy, obviously weighs less as well. And very nice proportions. I feel like with the 2021 F-Type, the way that they redesigned the nose and the rear fascia, it kind of makes it look a little longer. I like this nice stubby, very tout, it looks like it's just ready to pounce. You have blacked out roof. The door handles obviously are gonna go flush when you lock up your Jaguar, the way it kind of flares back to the rear. And out back, we actually have a little bit wider wheel and tire. So this is a 305. It's gonna be a little bit wider, still 20-inch wheel. And even with all-wheel drive, it's rear-wheel drive bias. So you're gonna actually have a little bit more power going to the rear wheels. So it's nice that they give you a little bit more rubber to meet the road. Now, as we swing around back, look at this. I just wanna run my hands all over this. So you have this beautiful flared out fender, the body lines coming towards the back. You have the carbon fiber rear spoiler here. This is a functional piece. My only zonk is it's not adjustable. I wish that this was at least 2-position adjustable depending on what track you're at. But the way that the roof line comes into the glass, very, very clean. And then as we drop down, just like the headlights, they do the taillights so spot on the money. The F-Type badge, you can see the quad tip exhaust with the SVR logo on it, a little bit of gloss black, and this rear diffuser looks like it's right off of a Le Mans race car. Let's go ahead though. We've checked out the sexiness on the outside. Let's see the sexiness underneath the hood of this Jaguar F-Type. All right, guys, time to open up that hood. Real easy, we bring it up, and there she is. I love how there's no plastic. You're looking at a 5-liter supercharged V8, so that's 575 horsepower, 516 pound-feet of torque. It's all routed through an 8-speed, ZF 8-speed automatic transmission and getting power all 4 wheels through an all-wheel drive system. This car weighs around 3,760 pounds, 0 to 60 in 3.2 seconds, top speed 200 miles an hour, certified by Jaguar. And what's wonderful is that MPG's not too shabby, 15 in the city, 23 on the highway, but I think my favorite part is just seeing that beautiful plenum. Just needs to be bare. There's no need to cover any of this up. You can see the functional on the back of the hood, the functional heat extractors. But why don't we go ahead, after looking at this is great, let's fire it up and let our ears have an eargasm. Alright guys, we are inside this 2017 Jaguar F-Type SVR. I know you're at that point where you're like, Joe, this thing is drop dead sexy. I want to sit out in my garage on a lounge chair with something cold to drink and just stare at her all day long. I don't blame you. I would do the same thing. I know you're saying, how much does she cost? She's got to be pricey. MSRP for the way that this one sits was $128,000 back in 2017. This one has 16,000 miles, barely broken in, definitely a cream puff. LD here at Subaru has it marked at $74,999. Let's see what you get for the money. To the door panels, love the beautiful leather, the stitch work, that contrast stitching spot on the money. It does have a very busy area of seat controls, and that does mimic what Mercedes-Benz uses, but it's nice to have 3 memory seat settings, and that diamond stitching and everything looks spot on the money. Meridian optional sound system, and you do have a small pocket down there for a couple British scones, just no cup holder there for any tea, so we'll have to figure out where you're going to put your tea. Now when you get to the dash, the stitch work is great, soft touch leather. You got your button that drops your felt line glove box. You could drop a box of British Twinkies in there, close that up. we get to the center area. You have your Alcantara wrapped AC vents. How many cars have Alcantara wrapped AC vents? Nice touch. When you shut the car off, it drops down. Carbon fiber. Love the carbon fiber, the SVR badge. 8-inch infotainment system. So if you're going to compare this to the new 2021 F-Type, you're looking, they have a 10-inch infotainment system screen. So if you're okay with 2 inches less, which there's a lot of guys out there that have way less than that, you should be happy with the 8-inch. You do have, obviously, the ability to touch the screen. You could go back to home and all that good stuff. We drop down, you have your AC controls, and I love the way they integrate seat controls. Now, the challenge is only heated seats, no ventilated seats. So that's a big zonk. The 2021 F-Type has it. Carbon fiber, love the toggle switches. You got your start-stop button, that ZF 8-speed automatic transmission with manual shift. You got a nice toggle switch to go into dynamic mode or snow slippery mode. Little tiny pocket here for a couple Altoids. And then, of course, you have active exhaust. Can't do anything with that spoiler, so not on this car. But what's cool is they don't give you a dummy button, which is kind of nice. And then you have electric e-brake. Love the carbon fiber. Look at the leather, the Alcantara. You got a nice oak crap handle, 2 cup holders. That's where you're going to put your cup of tea. And then here is your Jaguar key fob. It's tasteful. It could be a little sexier, but it gets the job done. We close that door up. Hard. I mean, this is like a British scone that's been sitting around for about a month. That's how hard it is. But you open it up, 2 Twinkies at the most, USB 12 volt and an aux jack. So that's nicely done. And then these seats are a little piece of race car heaven. Love the SVR stamp there. The piping, all the leather work, amazing. Nice quality leather. You can see they've worn very nicely with 16,000 miles on. Full electric assist for both the passenger and the driver. And I think one of my favorite things about this SVR is that you have this nice glass roof. Can't open it, which I'm fine with that, but if you don't want to see sun, you don't have to. But when you're feeling good and you want to put a smile on your face, open it up, and guess what? You're going to feel really good, I promise you. What's going to feel even better, though, get your butt over here. I want to show you behind the wheel of the business end of this F-Type R. All right, guys, business time in this 2-seat sports car. You can see the nice bolstering you get. Still nothing too aggressive, but definitely you're going to be held in place. I love the brushed aluminum with the Jaguar name here that lights up every time you come in and out. Steering wheel. It's not a flat bottom, but still sexy race car-esque. Love the baseball contrast stitching. I feel like I'm about to throw a fastball over home plate. Paddles, good size. In the right position to go up and down that ZF 8-speed. You got that Jaguar right there about to rip your head off. SVR logo, which is a nice touch, and it's a heated steering wheel. Gauges, straightforward, makes sense, super clean. Analog speedometer, analog tachometer, and then you have that digital display. Now compared to the new one, obviously not as high tech. The new one has a 12-inch TFT display, but you know what? The gauges, they work. They're clean, very clear. You have the Alcantara above the gauge pod here with the stitch work and some piping, which makes it look exquisite. And you have an electric tilting and telescoping steering wheel. So very nice to have those features. But why don't we go ahead, let's see if this SVR F-Type is very usable as a daily driver. Let's check out the trunk cargo area. All right, guys, probably one of my favorite things about the F-Types is their storage capability and how even though this is the fully race-bred, track-ready SVR, it still has that everyday usability. I'm gonna go ahead and pop the trunk by pushing the button. Nice electric assist, good size on the opening, and what's crazy is that you have 14.4 cubic feet of space in the back of this SVR. So listen, if you're trying to convince your significant other, hey, honey, sweetie, honey buns, whatever you call, whatever little lovey-dovey name you have for that somebody special, can I have the SVR? I want to go get an SVR. I will go get the groceries every day for the rest of my life. You could do it with this. And maybe that might be the one thing where she says, you know what? You deserve it. Go for it. But you know what you guys deserve? If you're ready, I'm ready. How do we close this? Right there. Let's go ahead and take this prancing cat for a spin. All right, guys, we're inside the 2017 F-Type SVR. I got the sunshade back, bringing a little bit of light because it's kind of overcast it's an overcast kind of day today, but sitting in this car, the seats are great. It's a little interesting because you don't feel like you're really in them. I wish the bolstering kind of came up and around a little bit more, but still very comfortable space. The way everything's laid out to get to all the AC controls and stuff, it makes sense in here. Looking out over the hood, nice clear view. They got the A-pillars out of the way. The windshield is very raked, but remember, you're in a sports car. This sports car could do 200 miles an hour. Here's a little fun fact. You do 200 miles an hour in this car, you're traveling the length of a football field every second. That's 100 yards every single second. Looking out back, I don't see the spoiler, which is nice, even though she looks good. It's not blocking your view. You actually have a pretty good view out the back. Side mirrors are awesome. Steering wheel, I love holding her in my hand. I really, really do. And I just can't wait to get on throttle with this. Would be nice to have a manual transmission, but I think we're living in a world where you're just unfortunately gonna see that less and less and less. I have it in dynamic mode. That's gonna really allow us to take full advantage of that 575 horsepower. And remember, all-wheel drive capability to keep you planted. Love the carbon fiber accents, the Alcantara. It's just stuff like this that you don't see in the 2021 F-Type. All right, guys, we're gonna see if we can get a nice clean run out onto the highway. I'm gonna leave it in automatic mode for right now. Show you how that ZF 8-speed shifts. Ooh, lucky day. We're gonna have a nice clean run out onto the highway here. Slow down a little bit. Let's do a little left foot braking. So on throttle, here we go. Getting the traction down. Nice sound coming from the back of the car. I can hear a little bit of supercharger noise coming from the front. Really excellent sensation. Super smooth. And it's interesting because I was expecting the power to hit me a little bit harder, but it's actually very, very progressive. And with the all-wheel drive, it got the power down like we were on duct tape. That's how sticky it felt. Steering feel in dynamic mode, nice and weighted, just the way I like it. And even over the bumps, you're not beating up your kidneys, which is nice. Paddles, good placement. When we get down the road, we'll go ahead and try out the manual shifting with the paddles. But just overall, love the feel inside this F-Type SVR. All right, guys, driving on the road. The wonderful news is, like I said, convince your significant other you're just gonna get the groceries every day for the rest of your life, because you can daily drive this thing so easily. And then the best news is, when you wanna go on throttle, you just get on and it goes. There you go. I think from a rolling start, you can feel that sensation a little bit more from the torque. But boy, she gets the traction down and she just wants to keep climbing and crawling and just really giving you such a visceral acceleration feel overall, which is very nice. And like I said, do the track day in this thing. I'm going around a little bag. If you're wondering why am I swerving, there was a plastic bag. Don't want it to get sucked into one of those air intakes or something. But do your track day and then you can just drive it home. That's what's so wonderful about this car. All right, guys, here we go. On throttle, yeah! On the brakes, those massive binders. Look at this, this is what I'm talking about. Woohoo! Yeah, I feel like I'm on a roller coaster. Nice, back to the brakes. Nice! Wow, that sound of that V8 sounds like a bunch of long-range cannons going off. You know, during World War II, World War I, we used a cannon called Big Bertha. It definitely sounds like Big Bertha back there firing off. Very nicely done. All right, guys, we have it in manual shift mode. Gonna go through that 8-speed all by our lonesome. On throttle, here we go. Yeah, on the brakes, feeling good. Downshift. Nice. Love it, decreasing radius. Nice. Yeah. That was fun. That was fun. My advice, use the manual shifting. You're gonna have that much of a better time. It's more direct. You're not waiting for the transmission to figure out, well, what is Joe Raiti doing? What does he want to do? I'm already there. I know what's going on, and that's what's happening. But very, very fast shifts, very smooth shifts. I like the way it's rear-wheel drive bias. I felt that back end come out just a little bit to square off the corner, especially on that decreasing radius turn. Squared it off just enough. Felt really, really, really good. All right, guys, we're gonna go once again, just for you. On throttle, here we go. On the brakes, look at this. Yeah, a little pop out the back. Wow. Golly, the performance. I'm telling you right now, this car is surprising the hell out of me. And it's surprising the hell out of me in a couple different ways. First of all, it's got 16,000 miles on it, solid. This thing is rock tight solid. No creaks, no rattles. And then the steering, the input is ridiculous. Ridiculous how directly connected you feel to that front end. Unbelievable. All right, guys, one more time for you. Here we go, on throttle, yeah! On the brakes, downshift in the second. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. This car is a blast. We gotta get back to Reeves Subaru. LD, I'm sure, is wondering where is his Jaguar F-Type SVR. So I will see you in a split second. All right, guys, another great day here at Reeves Subaru with this 2017 Jaguar F-Type SVR. I definitely got to thank LD and the rest of the crew getting us access to this very, very special car. Super rare. You don't see a lot of them. Would I go this route over a 2021? I think so. I think with the way it's styled, the way it performs, and just that color makes my heart pitter patter. Would I get this over an AMG GT or a Porsche 911? That's the big question mark. I think my heart really lies with the Porsche 911, but still, without a doubt, you want something that has that supercharged roar, performance, and a look that's second to none. I think this one might be perfect for your garage. But if it's cars like these that you want to keep seeing on the channel, these sports cars, these British-made sports cars, very special cars, leave a comment in this comment section. If you're new and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raitis Rise family. If you want to help us keep making great content just for you on the channel, click the link in the description. Get yourself some Raitis Rise merch. Got to get it up to Victor, working that camera like a champ, sweating it out here in the Florida heat. And you know what? He actually said that he would go this route over the 2021 Jaguar F-Type. So if Victor does it, I guess you have to do it too. So thank you, Victor, for all your hard work. And just like always, I'll see you on the next ride.